Hi Libra, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Libra, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings, so not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. I am laughing or trying to control myself from laughing because this is like the 5th time I've tried to record this video and it just keeps going awry, so we're just giggling it off. All right, so before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this but clearly we're struggling a little bit this week. Your key to the week this week is the Wheel of Fortune. So this, in a lot of ways, it's really interesting that you should have this card in this position, because your direct opposite in the zodiac, Aries, also had this card in this position, and this card along with the moon card have been very, very active this week. Now I know we've got an eclipse, which I will talk about in just a moment, but it's just really interesting that you've got this Wheel of Fortune card here as well, because there is this week, I feel like there's going to be one of these, this is going to be one of those weeks where there's a reversal of fortunes for everybody in some way, shape or form. The things that we've been struggling with now will suddenly start to shunt forward. And especially for you, right? This means that you could literally have something show up for you out of the blue. Maybe this is a result, maybe this is a resolution to a challenge or an issue that you've had coming up, you know, and maybe this is a barrier of some sort that's been in front of you that you haven't been able to get round, that you haven't been able to get past. There's something here that suggests that things are really moving for you in some way, shape or form. And really, you don't actually have to do anything. You just kind of have to be present and also be ready to move on whatever it is that shows up for you. For your actions and options this week, you've got the Chariot card. So for some of you, this might be a week where you are traveling, where you get a chance or an opportunity to travel. The interesting thing that I'm getting from this, though, as I look at that Chariot card, this week, I feel like you're stepping out of not your comfort zone, but you're stepping out of what you are known for. So what people kind of associate, like, you know, when people think of Raph, they think tarot, maybe astrology, more likely numerology, but this could be, you know, where maybe something that you do takes you completely out of that zone, and you know, people are like, wow, okay, I didn't know you could do this as well, why aren't you doing more of this? So some skill, some attribute, some aspect of you that you're now ready, willing and able to share, that might come completely out of the blue, or for some of you might have been a long time a long time coming, or a long time in the works. Whichever it is for you, it's kind of like people are now going to see a different version of you this week, and by doing so there's this moment where it's like, wow, I didn't actually know that you could do this, or that this is something else that you have in your personal arsenal. I really like this for you guys. There could be as well, for a select few of you, some form of spontaneous travel that comes up, or something that takes you out of, like I said, what you're known for. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. So you got a double hit of this energy, a double hit of Jupiterian swagger and suaveness, my darling Leos. What I like about this for you is it suggests that some of the opportunities that come in this week, they come very much by surprise. Yes, they might be in relation to things that you've been working on for a long time, but the opportunity to further those goals in some way, shape or form could come very, very suddenly, and from a space or a place that you really don't expect it. When it comes to communication as a whole, expect to be having varied and very possibly quite strange or intriguing conversations this week. Ones that really, you know, I think if there is anywhere that you're going to be out of your comfort zone this week, it will be with the conversations that you have, or the place that you end up having said conversations. As an example, let's just say, you know, if you're anything like me, you know, your family have to drag you to the church. and you end up having an amazing talk about, you know, the cosmos and astrology and astrotheology and, you know, all these weird and wonderful things with somebody like in the weirdest setting. That's the kind of feeling that I get from this week. You could be having a really profound or amazing conversation with somebody, but in like the most unlikely place. Like, I don't know, maybe you start talking about, you know, the process of manifestation with somebody at the line in the checkout buying some chewing gum. Do you know what I mean? Like, it could be something really amazing or really profound, but it happens in like the most mundane of places. Very interesting. So for those of you that are employed by somebody else, let the winds of fate take you where they may this week. If you get given extra tasks or things this week and you think, oh, well, this isn't in my job description and actually I don't want to do it, there's a reason. Whatever detour may come up for you this week, there's a reason that it's coming up for you, because it might just take you to where you really need or want to be. When it comes to those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this is you breaking out of some proverbial personal box. And when you do, there is no going back. I kind of feel like this is a Pandora's box moment, but not like, oh my gosh, all these ills and all of this other crap comes pouring out. It's like, whatever box you're opening this week, once it's open, that's it. There's no going back to this. So your business has a really big potential to soar this week. And you may again be interacting with somebody from overseas, somebody from a foreign culture, somebody that has very different views to you, could really help you further some of your goals or your ends. For those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason, this is a week to have fun, all right? More than anything else. It's also a week for you to consider, if you are having a moment where you're like, oh, you know, I feel really guilty for enjoying everything that I have at the moment. Nobody gets anything by you denying yourself the things that are wonderful in your life. That's martyrdom, and in the really unhealthy sense, first of all. Second, don't waste a good experience because somebody else isn't having a good experience. You'll have your moments where the wheel turns you, you know, downward, and you'll have your moments where the wheel brings you up. And this is one of those times where you're having an up week, right? So enjoy it while it's here. For your love and relations, you've got the 8 of Swords. So the partner, relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, etc. this week may be feeling a little bit of the green monster. And I will say this to you, if you find that a partner is kind of like hesitant about you going somewhere or leaving or taking a vacation without them, etc., a part of it may be a little bit of jealousy, but I actually feel like it's a part of whatever is happening for you this week. It might be big enough to convince a partner that, wow, shit, you know, if they take off like this, I'm never going to see them. They're going to drop me. They're going to ditch me. This would be a moment where, you know, codependency notwithstanding, but this would be a moment where reassuring your partner that you're not going anywhere, you're just doing things differently, could go a very long way. All right. For those of you that are single, look, with a week like this, I'm inclined to say to you, before you tie yourself to someone, think about what is coming in for you, right? Let things show up for you first before you make any hard commitments to any people. For your money and materials, you have the Temperance card. There's a lot of Sagittarius energy in these cards. So who are your Saggy people? Who are your Saggy friends? Who are your Saggy loved ones? They are likely to be they're likely to be a big feature of this week for you, right? So when it comes to money, finances, resources, this is a real sort of reversal of fortunes. It could be. This could be a moment where things really start to expand for you on that monetary space. Something that you've manifested, like, so something that you've wished for, prayed for, called in, set an intention around. When it comes specifically to money, finances and resources, this week looks like it's really trying to come into your life, and it's really important that you don't allow anyone or anything, including you, to get in the way of that manifestation expressing itself. That being said, money, finances and resources could also be a contentious or sticking point this week, so just consider that. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, for those of you that need it, this could be an amazing week of miraculous healing. Please don't rely on just that. You know, if you've got like a real physical ailment that you've been, you know, getting proper medicine and stuff for, then you continue with your treatment. But if you've got something that you've been worried about, you know, this could be, maybe you go back for your test results this week after you've had your treatment and you get the all clear. This could be really wonderful for health and vitality after what looks like it's been quite a challenging journey for those. And then when it comes to your home and environment, this is really about making sure that your space resonates at the same frequency, that not only the frequency that you're trying to achieve, but the frequency that you're currently maintaining. If you find that there are things or items or whatever that really feel out of place or uncomfortable now, rid your space of them, and quickly. All right. So for your eclipse massage, you have the gate 32 and endurance. And I love this because this card actually says that the eclipse is going to be showing or highlighting to you what your instincts are telling you, right? So you might find that around this time, I'm not talking about intuition, I'm not talking about psychic revelation, I'm talking about your physical instinct. Whatever you feel that this eclipse might make you feel something on a very visceral level, that you're being pulled towards or pushed towards something, right? And if that is the case, follow it, all right? This is the time to really take a calculated, co-created with the universe, a calculated, co-created risk. That's what I was trying to get to. The other thing is as well, because it's endurance and you've got the bunnies on the front, or the hares actually, the message behind this is that there are some things that shape up quickly, and in order to have them or to hold them in our hand, we've got to be prepared to chase after them. This could very well be one of those weeks. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.